This is your WLAK Daily News Roundup for Lake Air, 107.5 FM and 1260 AM in Amory.
Civic Media News. I'm Terry Bell. Here's what Wisconsin needs to know. All of the snow much of Wisconsin got in a big spring storm yesterday is quickly melting, but not before Eau Claire got a record 10 inches of snow. Menominee got 9 inches. Wisconsin can expect rain today and high temperatures climbing into the 40s. Officials are investigating complaints of phony and forged signatures on recall petitions targeting Assembly Speaker Robin Vos. Dawn Haggerty says she called the Racine County DA's office after her signature was forged.
And I also called the Elections Commission to ask if there's a way to get my name redacted off the list because this doesn't represent me.
Haggerty speaking with WISN TV's Up Front. There's evidence Wisconsin public school attendance is rebounding slightly. The State Department of Public Instruction says collectively students attended school 92% of the time during the 2022-23 school year. That's better than the year before, but still below pre-pandemic levels. Only 2 members of the Wisconsin legislature are considered working class, according to recent research from Duke University and Loyola University Chicago. It may explain why voters feel their representatives are out of touch.
Our elected officials don't really come from the same set of backgrounds that most Americans come from.
Eric Hansen is one of the study's co-authors. Those working class lawmakers, by the way, are Senator Robert Wirch and Representative Dave Maxey. Wisconsin's Potawatomi tribe is announcing plans for its casino and hotel in Milwaukee to go carbon neutral by the year 2050. Part of the plan will mean digging a geothermal hole about 600 feet deep. The project aims to fulfill up to 40% of the hotel and casino's heating and cooling needs. Country forest roads in Wisconsin are getting money from the state. $320,000 will pay for fixing up 900 miles of country forest roads in 24 counties this year. The Country Forest Road Aids program was set up to pay for improving and maintaining public roads in country forests. I'm Terry Bell, Civic Media News. Now, here's what you need to know closer to home.
For WLAK News, I'm James Kelly. A Duluth man has been arrested in connection to a body found by law enforcement authorities on Friday. According to the Duluth Police Department, officers found the body of a 27-year-old woman on East 5th Street in the Central Hillside neighborhood on Friday morning. A 25-year-old man was arrested and expected to be charged with second-degree murder and violating a domestic abuse no-contact order. Law enforcement authorities have not shared the name of the victim nor the name of the suspect. The billionaire who planned to purchase a bunch of real estate in Duluth's Park Point neighborhood has scrapped her plan. According to a Wall Street Journal report, Kathy Cargill was planning to buy 20 pieces of property in the area and change the landscape of the neighborhood visually and financially. Her plans prompted questions from area residents and even Duluth Mayor Roger Reinert. In the report, Cargill said, quote, "There's another community out there with more welcoming people than that small-minded community." The Bong Center in Superior has announced they will send experts searching for the World War II aircraft flown by their namesake. According to a Northern News Now report, Richard Bong flew the plane named after his girlfriend Marge to 20 aerial victories in World War II, but it was lost when another pilot experienced mechanical troubles while flying it and bailed out. The search will be conducted by Pacific Rex with funding from the Bong Center. The Bong Center also plans to live stream the search effort in May. Fire crews responded to 2 structure fires on Friday night. According to the Duluth Fire Department, crews received a call around 6:45 on Friday night for a dumpster fire at the Gray Bar Electronic Supply Store on West Superior Street. Crews extinguished the fire before it spread to the building, but it still caused about $10,000 in damage. About an hour later, crews were called again for a fire at an apartment building on North 10th Avenue East. Crews evacuated 2 residents safely and contained the fire to 1 unit. One Duluth resident will have some extra money to spend after buying a $50,000 Powerball ticket. According to the Minnesota Lottery Office, the winning ticket was sold at the Bristol Street Super One on Wednesday, which matched 4 out of the first 5 numbers and the Powerball number. The winning numbers were 13, 22, 27, 54, and 66 with a Powerball number of 9. Lottery officials are still waiting for somebody to claim the ticket. The winner of the ticket can claim it by visiting the lottery office or through the mail. A popular Midwest comedian and the city of Superior will be teaming up. According to a Fox 21 report, the Superior City Council has approved a $120,000 deal with comedian Charlie Behrens to promote tourism in the area. The deal will be paid with hotel and motel tax revenue and will include photo and video content from Behrens across his social media platforms, where he has about 9 million combined followers. The popular social media influencer will produce the content over a 3-month period. The Duluth City Council is considering upgrades to some of the popular outdoor recreational areas in the city. 3 resolutions were discussed at the City Council's agenda session on Thursday, which could bring big improvements to Hawks Ridge, Perch Lake Landing, and Chester Park. At Chester Park, officials are raising money to renovate and expand the Tom Storm Chalet to make it larger and more ADA accessible. The resolutions would seek grant funding to undertake the improvement projects. A Duluth woman has been found guilty by a jury of stabbing her boyfriend in downtown Duluth in January. According to court records, 38-year-old Tawana Dunbar was arrested after stabbing her boyfriend 5 times at the Union Gospel Mission, believing that he had cheated on her. She was charged with second-degree assault, domestic assault, and bringing a weapon into jail. Dunbar had prior domestic violence-related convictions. She is facing up to 10 years in prison when she is sentenced on May 8th. And that's what you need to know. For WLAK News, I'm James Kelly.
Marquette headed to the Sweet 16. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Marquette Golden Eagles held on to beat Colorado 81-77 in the men's NCAA basketball tournament. Up next, they face North Carolina State Friday night in Dallas. Shaka Smart has Marquette back to the Sweet 16 in just his 3rd year as head coach.
Man, they're a talented team, and they got going in the second half. But our guys never blinked. Down the stretch, we got enough defensive stops to win the game.
Bucks head coach and Marquette alum Doc Rivers.
I talked to Shaka after the game, and there were 5 times I thought tonight where Marquette could have let go of the rope because they kept scoring. Colorado just puts pressure on you.
The Bucks got a decisive win, 118-93 over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Big night for Chris Middleton, who needed just 1 more rebound on the way to a rare triple-double, so he asked Doc Rivers to keep him in the game.
I said a little word to Doc. I was feeling it. I realized I was 1 point away. Where I could be in control, I can hopefully knock down the jump shot like I did tonight. Middleton,
11 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. They host the Lakers tomorrow night. Hockey, the Badger women's hockey team losing 1-0 to Ohio State. The Buckeyes claim the national championship. Badgers basketball sophomore guard Connor Esigian has announced he plans to leave Wisconsin and enter the transfer portal after his team lost to James Madison. Baseball, the Brewers clobbered the Diamondbacks 14-4. Milwaukee with 6 home runs. Sal Frelick, Reese Hoskins, Willie Adames had 3 home runs.
It's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling just to, I know you always want to have a great feeling going into the season, and I think that's what today did.
That's Brewers shortstop Willie Adames. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. There is some bad news for fans of the Neil Patrick Harris, Tuck Watkins show, Uncoupled. Showtime says it will not proceed with Season 2 of the show that follows Harris' efforts to put his life back together before breaking up with his boyfriend, played by Tuck Watkins. The show's producers blame the actors and writer strikes in part for interrupting filming on the show that starred Tuck Watkins. That's a fun name to say. In OMG news, Selling Sunset's Bree Tiesi went blonde, surprising and probably confusing her social media followers. People magazine reports fans of Selling Sunset have only known her as a brunette. Whoa. A girl dyeing her hair in this day and age? Whatever. The realtor, wink wink, who has a baby with Nick Cannon, like most people, was quoted as saying, "The show does not pay for wardrobe. I want to make that very clear. Wearing clothes she bought with her own money and changing hair color? Do not get in this girl's way." The Roadhouse reboot is now available on Amazon Prime for your viewing for viewing. The film stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor and is a remake of the Patrick Swayze film from 1989. The film is not good unless you like watching movies about really bad people. And in news that is not really said to anyone, Michael Jordan's son Marcus and Scottie Pippen's ex-wife Larsa have called it quits after dating for 2 years. People magazine reports that the split between the contestants of Traitors Season 2 was confirmed by someone familiar with the situation who did not have the authority to speak publicly. That's right, this person apparently risked their life to inform a tabloid that 2 people broke up. That is truly courage under fire. In a related story, there is no word yet on whether Michael Jordan's mom is still dating Steve Kerr. Kevin Bacon is going to the prom. Remember the original Footloose film? The film where dancing was forbidden for like 20 years, but during the final prom scene, everyone magically knew how to breakdance? Life is about to imitate art. Kevin Bacon will attend this year's Big Spring Dance at Payson High School in Utah, the school where they filmed the original Footloose. The school will be moving to a new building after this year and launched a social media campaign to get Bacon's attention. The hashtag Bacon to Payson campaign worked, and Ben McCormick will be back in the school's gym 4 decades later, presumably with a different date. On the Today Show last Friday, Bacon appeared virtually with the students of Payson who had gathered in the gym. Bacon told the students he was proud of them and would join them at prom. He closed the message with Let's Dance. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, every night between 7 and 9 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Most of the snow is done. Now it's going to be rain for most of today and tomorrow, and we could actually get an inch or more of rain by the time it all winds down late tomorrow afternoon. 45 today, east wind at around 10 to 20. Tonight, rain with a low of 35. Tomorrow, rain will eventually change to snow. It'll become windy with a high near 44. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Currently, it's 32.
That's your WLAK Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at lakeair.radio.